limit. I got my hair. Steelers Nation Australia headband. We'll get you some like high socks. We'll get you some like these shorts.
Hey,
you're standing up.
Easy.
Yeah.
It's like balls of fairy.
So when JJ52 says, will Raygun make the 53? No, she's cut.
If you're not going to take Raygun, I know a place in Western Pennsylvania where she'll fit right in. Right at the cookie table at a wedding.
She could be my second string long
Call her
snapper.
Dr. Boogie or Dr. Get Down and tell her she has a PhD in Get Down. Like, play the music,
You know what? If she'd had some bling and looked like LL Cool J and I'm gonna knock you out, she might have won.
Alrighty, Steeler Nation Australia and also Steelers Dynasty podcast. I'm doing this show solo today for a minute. I think Shane's out there somewhere. And so is Bubba. Bubba's here too. Bubba says I'm on the sidelines today, hoping for a better show Wednesday. I think Bubba's a bit sick at the moment. So I'll do the best that I can. I'm waiting for Shane. I was like, you know what? We'll start the show straight away because we've got some big news to talk about. So we'll see if Shane comes in shortly. And I think we kind of already knew this. I think the writing was on the wall when Mike Tomlin walked away. I think we kind of thought this was going to happen in terms of losing Danny Smith as our special teams coordinator for the last 13 years. So the big news is out there in Steeler Nation. And sorry if I sound real funny today too. I've just been moving some stuff around here, and I feel like sometimes too when I have my beard, I don't know, I get all gets all dusty and stuff, and then I sound really nasally. So I'm really funny. But the big news is this morning, or for you guys over in America, last 2 hours, Danny Smith is now a Buccaneer for Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's moved on from the Steelers, and maybe we should have all seen this coming. To be honest, maybe. Mike Tomlin now, there's no head coach. There's no OC. There's no DC. There's no teams coach. No one. It's bare bones of Pittsburgh Steelers football, where in a sense it really is. If you wanted to rebuild, it's not a rebuild in that say, but it's something completely different now for something completely different. So Danny Smith is out as Steelers special teams coach. So thank you for the 13 years. And if Bubba was here, I think he would say the exact same. But the Steelers are going a different direction in 2026. I also found this photo too. I don't know how they do it straight away, but they've got Danny Smith already in a Buccaneers uniform. This one here. And how does AI work so fast? They're so quick with it all. They've already put him in a Buccaneers uniform. So I had my conversation. 100% keep breath. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's a Pittsburgh flu or something like that. I had my conversation yesterday with DB, and things can't start to happen or change until we get the head coach. There has been some developments, of course. I think there's the Browns. The Browns coach is now a Falcon. The Ravens guy is now a New York Giant. I saw today too that McDaniels denied to be didn't want to do a Browns interview. Brian Flores has completed an in-person interview. DC for the Vikings used to work for us too, Steelers. So things are moving. Hang on, I got to do a re-gun. I got to blow my nose. 1 second. I'm going to ray gun reason. 1 sec. Sorry, my apologies. I was moving stuff around. When I move stuff around, my house is really dusty and dirty, and it gets all my allergies up in the air. So they had Brian Flores. He's been reported as well to have an interview with the Steelers. In-house one. There's the tracker. There's so many things. There's 10 or 11 jobs on the line. You had the other bloke yesterday, the Bills coach who looks like Bill Burr. He's He's now been fired from the Bills. You've got Jeff Haley. Oh, that's right, too. The other big guy, too. Jeff Haley for the Dolphins. He's a head coach. You've got the Robert Saleh for the Titans. So now there's the Cardinals, Ravens, Bills, Browns, which nobody wants to go to, Raiders, and Pittsburgh Steelers. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 head coach jobs left. And I don't think we'll know this until like maybe when the Rams get cut, and there could be a possibility that Shula is a head coach from maybe us or the Browns or the Ravens. I think he will be a defensive team, and the Steelers have done it before, right? In the past, they've of course gone with Mike Tomlin. Oh, we got some breaking news. Bob, are you coming on the show? Oh my goodness! How are you, mate?
I feel terrible.
What's going
on? I'm okay. I don't know what I got. I got a sickness that just keeps getting. I don't know. I've been popping pills. I was listening to you, and I was like, I just wanted to get. I just want, yeah.
You want your Pittsburgh Steelers take? You can't avoid us.
Well, no. And it's terrible as it sounds. Like my whole life is I'm just cleaning old stuff out. So I'm just like the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm just cleaning stuff. And Danny Smith was good. And I don't know what's going to happen, man. It is just, it's surreal. I've been sick for 3 days, popping pills, watching football, watching other teams just implode. Like, I don't feel so bad, even though I'm sick, but everybody's got the Mike Tomlinisms stagnant when they can't get any higher up. They just start firing coaches, I guess. I was
talking to DB yesterday, and I thought it might have been because Tomlin walked away. If he stayed another year, it might have been the perfect time for him to stay another year because all these other teams, this is the first time in a long time since we've had 11 head coach vacancies out there. So obviously, I think Tomlin thought his time was up. There's been reports now too from Jay Glazer, one of his mates, said he doesn't want to come back to coaching at all. He's done. He's finished. So it really was this Mike Tomlin said, "I'm out. See ya. I'm finished. Done." So, and everything's changing, man. Like we now have, and one big shout out to Danny Smith. He's now left for the Buccaneers, 13 years as a teams coach for us. You got, like I said, I went through the list of. Here it is. The Cardinals still need a head coach. Stefanski's got is a Falcon. The Ravens need a head coach. The Bills need one. They fired their guy, Bill Burr. Browns need a head coach, but they suck. The Raiders need a head coach, and they have the number 1 overall pick. Jeff Haley is a Dolphin. John Harbaugh had his press conference today, and he seems happier than ever. Did you see the press conference by Harbaugh?
I saw.
I've never seen that happy in my life.
I don't know why would you want to be happy to go to New York, but that's been all.
I think because he hasn't got the reins of the Ravens telling him what to do and all this kind of shit. I think it's going to be his football team. Like I think that there was conflict there with Lamar Jackson and something else. I think I've never seen him that happy, right? So he's there in the Giants. We still need a head coach, and Robert Saleh is a Titans head coach. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. What's that? Yeah, there's 10. There's 10 spots, or there was 10 spots. Now there's fucking 6 left, or what was it, 5? Yeah, 6 left, including the Browns, right? Yeah, we have to wait for Mark to say Shula. Yeah.
Who do you want?
I don't really care, to be honest. I don't. You know what? I said this to DB yesterday. I don't overly care. I wouldn't mind a younger head coach coming in and holding the reins for 5-10 years and see how it plays out. I just want a few things. A few things I want to see. I want to see the Yinzers give them a chance, whoever it may be. Mm-hmm. The Yinzers, if they go after them for the first year, if we get a losing record, I don't want them to go after them because that's what happens in the first year. I don't know enough to form an opinion to say this coach is better than that coach. Does that make sense? I don't have any say in the fight in terms of that. Now, players I can, because I can see players play, but coaching-wise, I can really go off his stats. However, this Shula guy, if he's going far into the playoffs, that's got to mean something. But that also means because the Rams are doing very well with Stafford, and his play the other day was fantastic. So if they get Shula, fine, that's fantastic. That's awesome. I'm just waiting for the press conference when he gives a shout out to Mike Tomlin, and what he says in that, I think would start to develop an idea of what the culture will be for the next few years. But this is all new, Bubba.
I know
they're going to have a head coach, a DC, OC, and teams. Everyone's going to be fucking
It's
new.
all it's like I just cleaned out my attic. Like
Yeah.
I cleaned out my attic and there's nothing there. But Tomlin's not even going to he's not even going to have an end press conference. He just said, I'm done. That's it. I walk away. I'm not doing nothing. And
he doesn't need to as well, though. Like I want to see one, but
I do too.
For the fans who were chanting fire Tomlin, he doesn't deserve to have to give it to them, I think it's slowly burning off. It's been about a week or so. It's slowly burning off to thank you, mate, see you, good luck, and all that kind of stuff. We've all said our good stuff. But now it's getting to the point of like what happens next mentality. And now that Danny Smith isn't coming back, that's another like, holy shit, this whole team is going to be different. The logo will be the same.
Logo will be the same.
And the coach, I think, would be different. But I don't really care who we get. I have seen a bit of hate towards, or not hate, sorry, a bit of dislike towards Mike McCarthy because he's older. And they say he's like, why would you get someone older than Tomlin? That could be a possibility they get him, or maybe they have him as OC. I don't know, but who do you want? Who do you want to come in?
I like to have somebody offensive minded, so we can score some points. But you also, I want to get a good defensive coordinator and a good offensive coordinator, and have the head coach let those guys coach. I believe out of all the teams that are left, the Steelers don't have the quarterback position like Buffalo. Whoever gets the Buffalo position, they have Josh Allen, and then Ravens have Lamar Jackson. We just don't have that quarterback, which I don't know what we're going to do with that. So I want somebody younger, somebody offensive-minded, but will let his secondary assistant coaches coach. So I guess we're going to have to.
I don't know why Buffalo got rid of.
I don't either.
Same.
I believe that they just couldn't get over the hump, and it was emotional. It was an emotional let go because
it
could be.
But I did see your video on Josh Allen saying he could be.
Yeah, I did it at Sheets, and I'm like, oh, I'll trade for him right now. I was like, and I didn't know that Bo Nix like broke his ankle. I thought that was all AI. Like I have a funny take on stuff where I don't know what's real anymore, what's fake.
It's hard.
Like it's so hard. And I want a big shout out. I watched a Chicago Bears game. Williams, that backpedaling 30 yards and throwing it and tying it up was probably the greatest play probably all season. I mean, even though I'm a Steeler fan and I love the Steelers, that play was everything was on the wall. Everything was down to the nooks and crannies. And he backpedaled 30 yards and threw it up, and the tight end was wide open. And
I don't know what the cornerback was doing though. It's almost like he overran the play. So the cornerback overran the play, but yeah, it was a great play. And promoted the guy who built. I don't understand the Bills. Their coach has. I read the stats the other day. Their coach has done so well to get them there. They just haven't won the big game. They've been in the playoffs 9 times in a row. They've won countless divisions. They got a good record in front. And then they decide, okay, it's all the coach and nothing else. And they want to go, maybe keep Josh Allen there. But I don't know. I don't think that makes sense to me. But that's what the Bills did. Even some Bills fans are pissed off about it because they had their guy. There's now speculation and talk that McDermott could be a Pittsburgh Steelers head coach. I don't know. What do you think about that, Bubba?
I don't know. We still need a quarterback. It's not. The organization is lucrative for anybody to come in, but we really don't have the players that could make it a deciding factor. Like we don't have that. Josh
it's an older roster.
Yeah.
Don't know if Cam's coming back. He could be gone. TJ Watt is now on the other side of 30. So that contract's pretty huge, though. DK Metcalf is the big wide receiver. They need to solve the receiver number 2 position, as we know. The quarterback position, we don't have one. It's all about the draft, really. It's about building for the next 1, 2, 3 years in a row. And that's why I say to Yinzers, I'm hoping the Yinzers don't curse him out straight away and say he sucks because they need to give him a chance. If they don't give this next coach a chance for a time to rebuild the Steelers, because Mike Tomlin left, and then the flow-on effect is when Mike Tomlin leaves, yeah, that's great. Mike Tomlin's gone, but everything else might be changed too.
And
so
everything might be changed. Looks like everything is changed.
Yeah, pretty much is. Yeah.
Yeah.
People are saying Shula and Steelhouse in 2026. But whoever they get, whoever the Steelers do go and get a coach and OC, they're going to choose their own staff. They're going to choose their own, assistants and coordinators, all that kind of stuff. We don't even know if like the receiver coach and those kind of guys, or the running back coach Faulkner, those guys are staying. Like, we have no clue. This is going to be an all big, massive turnover. And it's still funny because we're still in playoff mode. You've got Denver, who's got Stidham. You said Bo Nix is now injured.
That's terrible. That's a curse.
Yeah, I had the Texans to win it all, but Stroud fucked it up. He had 5 interceptions.
And let's look what he did with the Steelers, and look what he did the other day. CJ Stroud as a quarterback is not a good franchise quarterback because he just sucks when it comes to playoff time.
Terrible.
We just couldn't capitalize on anything on that Monday night game, and our offense was inept. That's all. We just could not capitalize.
Their defense is a Super Bowl team defense. The Houston one. And they just, having 5 turnovers, and all that guy has to do is not turn the ball over and just play, I guess better than competent football. But there's now the Seahawks and turnaround with Sam Darnold. Like, that's interesting. You've got the Patriots now too with Mike Vrabel and first-year head coach. He's bringing the Patriots back. We don't want them to win 7.
No,
so there's still like this is funny because there's still football out there, but in our world, it's like, who's our head coach?
Yeah, and our quarterback.
Yeah, it's crazy. Seattle lost their running back as well, 100%. So, but before we talk more about the coaching stuff, did you watch the college game yesterday? Because
I watched the end of it. We were going to do a live stream, and I couldn't hardly talk. So we were going to do a live stream and talk Steelers football while we watched the game. I just know that quarterback from Indiana did not throw a touchdown pass. He ran one in. Mm-hmm. And Kurt Cignetti is used to coach right down the street here at IUP. So he did give a shout out to IUP. And he took a program around in 2 years. Nobody thought that the Indiana would actually win a national championship, but they did. So hats off to him. I don't like Miami anyway. So
when I get a bit of chance, like it's hard for me to watch college football because I work the Sunday, which is your Saturday. But when I get a chance, I went down the pub to watch it. It was great game. So much fun to watch. Like, it was just awesome to see. Going back and forth. Carson Beck near the end though under threw a deep ball and it was picked off, and I was like, oh, okay, it's over. But yeah, it was fun to see, like, college football and these players out there going crazy. I don't know if the Steelers. There's Afton. You might know Afton if you're there. There's another coach from college. I can't remember who it is. Has also been linked to the Steelers too, but he hasn't done an interview or whatever it may be. But Bubba, what happens now? When do you think we find out the first domino to fall, which is a head coach?
I would probably say after whoever loses the AFC or the NFC championship game, if it's the Rams, they will interview probably those guys as quick as possible because they need to get somebody here pretty quickly so we can start doing combines and doing all that stuff so we know what's going on. Like, it's just very unexpected. Like, I didn't think this was going to be – I didn't think Tomlin would have stepped down. I thought it would have been probably next year, not this year. Mm-hmm. But and when he stepped down, it's just a whole disarray. Don't ever wish, you can always wish it's something better, but then what about if it's worse than what you already had?
That's what I mean, though. Like, if Tomlin said he wanted to do 20 years, he could have had the record over Chuck Noll for most wins in regular season. He could have had another chance to win the division. Maybe then we're talking about, it sucks we lost, but then Rodgers comes back. Maybe the drafting him is more towards, I don't know, receiver. They need that anyway, right? But it's all changed.
And we've been talking about a receiver for like 3 to 4 years now, and they know they need that because that receiving core that we had, it wasn't as good to get us over the hump and didn't give Rodgers the weapons when he was getting under fire and he couldn't get the ball out quick enough to get those receivers couldn't get open, and that's another miscue that we had this year in the playoffs.
Well, there's no guarantees that guys come back like CA3. There's no guarantees that even Frymouth stays on this roster. He could be traded too. The bloke I was referring to was Marcus Freeman. Thanks, Afton. Was a guy from Notre Dame. He'll
stay at Notre Dame. He'll stay at Notre Dame. He'll get paid more at Notre Dame. Notre Dame is a prestigious program. I just don't think college coaches get paid that big money are going to come to the NFL.
And it's a whole different thing, isn't it? It's like, remember when they tried to bring in, who was a guy with a really fast offense in college and he tried in Philadelphia and didn't work?
Oh, Kelly, Brian Kelly.
Yeah. Was it Kelly?
Yeah. Kelly was his last. Maybe it was a Kelly guy. And then he tore down Philadelphia after he left because he just ruined it. Is that the same guy?
Chip Kelly?
Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
Steve
He was
Kelly.
a guy. He was a guy that we got all this talk around. He came into the idea as we're not going to have any breaks. We're going to go no huddle offense or whatever, and quick plays and get 90 plays in for offense. And didn't work. Right, this fucking failed. I'm pretty sure it didn't go the way I wanted to. So I understand that college is completely different to the NFL. Robert says I want head coach right now. Or the what I want now is I'm leaning towards offensive minded. We've won 2.5 Super Bowls. There you go. Oh, no, that's right. Yeah, the most head coaches who are offensive are 2 out of 3. But we are an organization that is more defense than anything else. Do you think it overly matters, Bubba, if we get an OC or DC for their line of work into head coach, which way they go?
No, as long as they whoever's our head coach actually lets the assistant coaches coach, and they get an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator that know what's going on. The defensive schemes might be changed. The offensive scheme might be changed. So both sides of the ball could be changed. Whoever we get, it's not going to be the same. This is not going to be the same Pittsburgh Steelers as we knew last week to now. I don't think so.
Yeah, it's very. I'm just looking through my tweets, and I'm just what I retweeted a few hours ago. Someone said here on Steelers Wise, should Steelers trade up for Fernando Mendoza? I said I need to turn this app off. I don't think they would do that. That would be a complete shock if they traded the house to get number 1 overall pick. And I saw the bloke play, but I don't think that's what the Steelers need right now. Is a quarterback who is maybe going to take 2 or 3 years to learn like that.
No. And being number 1 doesn't guarantee you be a starter and great in the NFL. Just because you're number 1, that doesn't mean you're going to be good. I mean, if you go back the last 30 years, number 1 quarterbacks, if they got picked number 1, some of them didn't have very good careers. I don't know offhand, but
it's always funny that you see the stuff, those questions like that if you were to trade up for number 1, the Raiders won't do it, I don't think. And if they were to do it, I think it sets them back another 4 or 5 years because they're putting all that means your team is ready to win now. We need a lot of pieces: safety, offensive line, receiver, defensive line to help out Cameron Hayward leaving. Mm-hmm. We're not set, I don't think, to get this one quarterback who can manage a team as a rookie and go on a playoff run this year or next year. So I think those things are fucking dumb. I see them all the time. But yeah, this is unknown territory, Bubba.
I have no idea. But also too, we're gonna still compete. That's what Art Rooney said. We're not rebuilding, we're competing. So we just gotta mix and match. It's like one of those things you buy when you get we need a good charcuterie board. We need like pepperoni, cheese, vegetables, everything. I would say go with Will Howard and let Will Howard give him the reins. I mean, he won a national championship. You're telling me he can't be that bad. We already seen what we got with Mason Rudolph. So
there's an article I just seen here because Jay Glazer, he's in the media, but he's also like Mike Tomlin's mate. He says here, Jay Glazer is detailing how the ex-Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin was covering up a lot of severe organizational issues for the Pittsburgh Steelers. In a quote, he says here, everybody thinks the Steelers job is the greatest because they don't fire head coaches. However, Glazer said, well, they don't fire head coaches because they have been successful all those years. The Steelers, man, they have no quarterback. They have an aging defense where you now have to move on from some guys that are stars. I think Mike T really covered up a lot of those things that they've done well over there, which is a fair point. Mike Tomlin did do well for the cover-ups that they'd known to now be holes, and the new head coach is coming into that with fucking not nothing, but you know what I mean? It feels like nothing right now.
Well, he covered up all the deficiencies of the Steelers that we didn't know that were deficiencies, but we kind of figured out afterwards that they were. So he kept everybody competitive. And, I mean, he kept Steelers competitive even with Ben's messed up arm, with Kenny Pickett as quarterback, with Mitch Trubisky as quarterback, with Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, and with Aaron Rodgers. So he kept the Steelers competitive with all those quarterbacks. I just wish they would have gave Aaron Rodgers a lot more weapons than they gave him this year to actually help us out offensively. That's the only miscue that I can see, because I did like Aaron Rodgers this year, and I believe he's going to go somewhere else and it won't be Pittsburgh. And if he stays another year with Pittsburgh, I'm okay too, because we already know what we got, but I don't think he will.
Yeah, Jay Glazer goes on to say here, they don't spend like other teams. I think the Steelers are just assuming, since they don't fire guys, they don't fire you because they have just been successful for so many years. I think there's going to be a little of a rough patch ahead in Pittsburgh, which could be very true. Mike Tomlin's coaching ability, yes, he didn't get the playoff wins and he lost 7 in a row in the end, but Mike Tomlin's coaching ability and leadership of men definitely got them, over the where the players maybe weren't that skillful in certain areas, that got them to be competitive and win. So now that that's being removed, we don't fucking know who's going to be there, one. And two, this team, the Yinzers might go crazy if they start out 2-6 or something.
It is what it is, though. I mean, we don't know what we're getting into. We don't have the players that we have, and we've had many opportunities, and we shot ourselves in the foot. So, CJ Stroud, we had him. We had 3 turnovers. We couldn't get anything produced in that Monday night game. I mean, that defense they have is great, but also too, if Metcalf would have caught that pass, that long pass from Rodgers, I mean, it could have been very, very. We could have been we could have had opportunities to get somewhere. It could have changed the tide of the game, and the crowd could have rallied against the Texans, but that didn't happen. So when you get stuff like that, you have to capitalize, and we didn't capitalize. So,
yeah, let's change gears a bit. Let's talk about like the season, because coaching. I've been talking about coaching for like 2 weeks, right, or about a week or so. What was your favorite moment, Bubba, you think for the year? Even though we lost, and someone's got to win or lose. What's your favorite moment you think that it could be a play or a time that maybe a win that was Steelers did?
All right, when they went to Detroit and shut them down, running the ball and shut down their stars, and then they, for almost 3 quarters, I didn't see that happening. And being offensively minded on that game. And shutting down the Colts. We had flares of greatness, and then it just was a roller coaster, and then it would just go down. There's been the Colts game, the Detroit game, the games that dwell upon me in a negative was the Charger game and the last Cleveland game, and losing to the Buffalo Bills in the second half, and the second half collapses from Packers.
That was bad. That was a bad one. Yeah. The Bills one was very, very bad.
Winning in Ireland was good with Metcalf to Rodgers when you were there. That was great.
That was my favorite, was that Metcalf run when I was on the phone with you guys. That was
yeah.
I was on the phone I went, holy shit. I'm so glad that's been captured, because I saw it in real time, and I was trying to talk to you guys at the thing. The minute I logged in, 10 seconds later, Metcalf caught a ball for 75 yards, ran to their house, and the crowd went crazy. It was insane. It was so much fun. And then when you watch it back, you're just watching me going, go, go. And you're like, what the hell is happening? Because you can't see the TV broadcast yet. And then you react to it after. I think you can't replace that. I'm so happy that got on film, because I could have logged in after, before, during, but the exact same time, it was like, at the 25-yard line, slant pass. Metcalf is running like a house on fire. That's the good side of Metcalf, for sure. The bad side is that he can't contest catches. But when he's in open space, he's running over people. That was, to me, was one of the funnest times to be a fan.
It's just been like live streaming the games and just watching and just seeing how the roller coaster ride that we had this year. It was a roller coaster ride. Like I thought we had all the pieces in place, but some pieces we needed better pieces. And it just showed, everything just showed Monday night, and Rodgers had the worst game of his playoff career, and it's a sad way to go out. That's what sucks.
Yeah, definitely. He had, even look at the stats now, he had 17, 33, 146. We have to go down that way, but the Texans defense took care of business. And you would hope, everyone was just hoping to get that one playoff win at home, to feel that joy at least for a week. Mm-hmm. And that joy turned into to anger, the frustration. And then quickly it turned into happiness. It was for some people because the next day, Tomlin said, see you later. Like, I think this might be the most forgotten playoff game ever.
Right.
In Steelers history, because everyone was mad for a day, but now there is change and there is hope for the future. Whoever comes in, Tomlin said, "Thank you, see you later," and it's like, oh, we don't even talk about the Texan game at all. I don't think anyone did.
And he's not doing an exit interview. He's not doing nothing. He just walked away. Just walked away.
Just said, "See you later."
Yeah.
Yeah, but it has been definitely fun doing live streams and then talking, bring up the favorite moments. But this is where we sit in now, and I don't know what we can kind of look. I don't know about you. I need a piece of the puzzle first to figure some things out. Does that make sense?
Right. You gotta get the right piece that fits the puzzle, and then go from there and see how your other pieces put together.
Because we don't know if
we have to wait. We
don't know if TJ Watt is even safe, or Fryermuth, or Warren, or guys on these contracts that could be moved on. We don't. I don't know if there's Cameron Hayward returning. Cameron Hayward's on his deal. Do you think he's done? Do you think Cameron Hayward's done?
It all depends on who they get as a coach. The head coach comes in and talks to these vets and tells the vets what they expect, what is to be expected. If Cam doesn't like what he hears or what he thinks, maybe he retires. TJ might ask for a trade. I have no idea if they change up the whole format of the offensive schemes. I don't. Even a
possibility. Would they, depending on the personnel they have?
If they sign Brian Flores, everything we just talked about is probably null and void because they know him. He's been in the organization. TJ Watt likes him.
When was he there? Because that's an interesting name that we probably have to pay close attention to. Flores was Steelers coach when? What, 2022?
2 years ago, I think.
And 2 years Mike Tomlin gave him a chance because what happened with Miami Dolphins, right? The Dolphins pretty much were going into tank mode, and he wasn't informed of that, and they fired him. Something like he's under investigation.
Something like that. I don't know the whole logistics, but he came as a linebacker coach because nobody else would take a chance on him because he was suing the organization. I think suing the NFL. But if he comes, and I think he already had I think he's been interviewed twice already. I believe he's been interviewed already for the Steelers. He was a coach in 2022, senior defensive assistant linebackers coach, and they liked him.
Then he went on to be a Minnesota Vikings coach the next year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this year,
right?
You think? Well, maybe we should dive more into this because this could be a possibility that he could be the head coach because many fans wanted Brian Flores to be a coach after that year.
Yes,
correct?
That's correct. I was one of them. I wanted him to be defensive coordinator and then maybe be defensive coordinator, assistant head coach under Tomlin, and then he could just go right under Tomlin because he has a no nonsense approach. He is very strict, which is good. But maybe he got a little softer since he got in trouble or whatever happened. You know what I mean?
So let's break this down a bit. So he had his business with Miami. Miami fucked him over. He's now pretty much, in layman's terms, he's now suing the NFL Miami for what happened. Tomlin gave him a chance. He was there from 2022. I might even try and go back to what the stats were in 2022 on that defense.
I think that was TJ's. Wasn't that TJ's best year? I think TJ's best year at like 22 point. He got the sack record. I think that maybe I'm wrong.
It might have been. So we had regular season. We had Kenny Pickett. Let's stay here for a minute. Regular season, we had Kenny Pickett 2022. That was his. I think he's not his. I don't know, rookie year. Might have been his rookie year. I can't remember. Someone remind me. And then we had Najee Harris 1,000 yards. Warren. We had Benny Snell. We had Claypool. All those guys. Yeah, you had Deontay Johnson, George Pickens. But on the defense, you had Miles Jack, who played a full season, 15 games. You had Minka Fitzpatrick. You had Robert Spillane, Devin Bush. You had TJ Watt. I think it was. Highsmith had 14 sacks. And TJ Watt had, how many sacks did he have? No, he only had 40 that year. TJ Watt, maybe he was injured that year. TJ Watt had 5.5. He was injured that year.
He was hurt. Okay.
So you had 14.5 sacks from Highsmith playing at that position. The Steelers went 10 and I think maybe not, or not 10-7. What was it? 2022. It doesn't tell me what they went. Just tells me the stats. But there's got to be a link there somewhere because fans wanted him to be a part of the building and be the next man a head coach. Then he goes into the Minnesota Vikings, does really well as DC coordinator, but they can't get their shit together in terms of the offense, right?
Well, we got to make sure because the Ravens are probably looking at him too. Maybe.
That's true. So we have defensive. I got some ranks here for this year. Where is it? It's very tough to see. Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not. It says yards. He was third in the league. I don't know if that's right or not. It's hard to read these stats off Pro Football Reference. They're fucking stupid. I'll have to figure it out. No, I can't figure it out well enough. It says defensive yards. I believe that could be yards allowed. It says 3, which could mean that he was like the third best. And points was 7 for defense, and takeaways was 10th. But I don't know overall. I don't know overall. But that's a link there too, right? That the Steelers had him in the building.
Yep.
Does he become the head coach? Does he bring his guys in? Wait, is that a thing? Is there breaking news?
I don't know.
Is it these days now, Bubba? We say some name like that, you check Twitter and it probably happened.
It probably did. Because I do believe that the Packers defensive coordinator went to Miami. So that means maybe Malik Willis goes to Miami.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't want to spend big money on him anyway. I want to see what Will Howard got.
Okay, McDonald's is going to Tennessee. Crazy.
Well,
so I'm saying this stuff's like, and that makes you think: do the Steelers go and get that Schuler bloke at defense, or does Brian Flores connection happen? You
got to make sure you get the right person, because if you don't get the right person, the other person's going to Baltimore, and you just never know. Like.
They talk about McDonald's being a better OC than a head coach anyway. I don't think he's got the true leadership qualities to be a head coach.
He's better off being an OC.
Yeah, I think it was a fun idea in it was the crazy, funny, quirky, nerdy head coach or whatever. It didn't work over there. No one liked it, did they?
Right.
So they're breaking news from Afton says McDonald's going to Tennessee. I think that's a hard place to win anyway. Like that team's in a bit of shambles, but they have the Cam Ward who build around him and stuff like that. But yeah, Bubba, do you think that Flores would have a chance to be head coach?
I do believe he's probably maybe the strongest right now, maybe in a pole position. He's probably number one pole position because he had experience with the Steelers already. He already knows the organization. Art Rooney knows what he's all about. But we just got to get he's got to get a great defense if he's the head coach, a great defensive coordinator, and a great offensive coordinator. So
there you go. This is from the Pittsburgh Steelers website. Brian Flores has completed his third season as Minnesota Vikings DC coordinator. In 2025, Vikings defense was number 1 ranked in the NFC and 3rd overall in NFL. So that is correct. That number is correct. So but I think it's based off yards. So yards allowed, they were third. That's a big fucking improvement for how many yards we allowed.
Yeah, we were 28th or 29th.
Yeah, let me figure out what's
Terrell Austin sucked.
Do you think Terrell Austin gets a bit of a? You know how Danny Smith got a thank you?
No, nobody wants him. And maybe as a position coach, but not as a DC. He fucking was terrible.
So we won't do a podcast saying thank you to Austin.
No, I won't. See you later. Bye.
So passing. Oh, that's a big jump. We were 29th passing yards allowed.
Terrible.
And Flores is third.
Yeah.
Terrell Austin head coach.
No. Oh my God, no.
Wow.
Make me more sick than I am.
So okay. Now I know how to read these stats or these ideas. So passing yards allowed, the Steelers were 29th, TDs were 28th, interceptions were 8th, rushing defense yards allowed were 13. That's okay. Didn't allow too many rushing touchdowns over third. But Brian Flores, him over there with the Vikings, rushing defense, he was 21 allowed rushing. So he got to improve on that for sure. But passing defense, I think he was number 1.
Ooh.
Yeah, number 1 defense allowed. It's a good secondary. Number 3 overall. You know what I mean? Whereas Terrell Austin was 26 overall.
Yeah.
In terms of yards and shit like that, all that kind of stuff.
Well, it adds up.
Yeah.
It adds up to Terrell Austin not being a defense coordinator anymore for the Steelers. That's what it adds up to be.
Yeah, but he won't get a thank you, goodbye. Probably won't get a video. Danny Smith might get a video from the Steelers, but I don't think he'll get a video. So, yeah, it also says here Flores got his start with the Patriots in 2011.
He was under Bill Belichick. Yep.
There you go. So was he outside linebacker? Was he?
Yeah.
I'm more leaning toward that camp if that happens. If he's a,
I'm okay if it does. I'm okay if they hire him. I'm okay. I'm okay because he's not going to put up with shit.
If Miami kicked him out and his redemption tour as being a Pittsburgh Steeler, former Patriot would be a cool storyline for us to see him win a Super Bowl as a coach. If that happens, I have to go back and watch some of his film, like him playing. He must have been outside linebacker, was he?
Maybe.
I can't remember.
I don't know.
But yeah, he said for 8 years and part of 4 championships as a Super Bowl champion. There you go.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Far out, eh? Yeah, there's no way you're gonna have fucking Terrell Austin as head coach.
No, fuck him.
No. Is there anyone else besides Flores, you think?
Maybe. I don't know if they would take the offensive coordinator of the Seattle Seahawks. I don't know because I don't know much about them. I know they blew up on the 49ers, but it might be one of those 2 teams that they look and get somebody, but they're still in the for the championship game, so they can't talk until after. So, like Afton said, probably Kubiak. There's 2 Kubiak brothers, Clint and Clay. I just don't want to see Flores as a Ravens head coach. So we'll have to see.
My apologies. Flores wasn't a player. He was a part of the New England Patriots coaching staff. He was like a defensive assistant, teams assistant back in the day, 2008. No, he got his job. Wait, did he ever play? I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe he never played. It says here, 2004, he was 23. He's been a scouting assistant. Then he was a pro scout, 26. Then a New England Patriots teams assistant. Then he had 2011 team defensive assistant. Then safeties, linebackers, and head coach. So no, I'm not too sure if he ever played or not. But he won championships as a coach with the linebackers coach with the Patriots. So that's not bad having. And sometimes I know they don't like. Fans won't count that. Do you know what I mean?
It still counts. Still counts.
Yeah, but you won't hear that he's 1-4 with an organization. Shane is here, by the way, too.
Oh, hey, Shane.
What up, Shane?
I'm just lurking in the background here.
Hi,
Sorry, man. How long were you there for? I was reading stats on the other page.
No, not too long. I did a show, then I plugged all of our shows.
Excellent.
So I was pouring myself out on Jacksonian. So, guys, it was a good time. And I missed you. I had to pop in. I'm like, hey, I gotta make this. I gotta see my guys.
Well, I popped in. I don't know how I sound. I feel like I sound terrible.
All right. No, you done well.
I popped some pills. I'm going back to work tomorrow so I can do a show tomorrow. But I just feel like I don't know what I got. Well, where I work, it's not real clean, so everybody's sick as shit. But it is wintertime, and it is minus 10 degrees over here. So
I've heard it's cold over there, right? That's
yeah, it is cold.
It was 1 this morning, Bubba. It was so cold, it was crazy.
Oh, I didn't know that. I knew it was something. But Shane, we were talking about coaches. What is your who do you think you were looking at for a coach?
Who you got?
I don't want McCarthy, that's for sure.
Nobody wants McCarthy. That's why
I don't either.
He's too old. I don't know. I had a list of guys, and I'll go through it again, but son of a gun, I just don't know. I mean, Brian Flores probably is coming in this week, but they had Evero from Carolina. Halfley just got hired, so he's off the list. What do you have here? Kubiak.
Yeah. Flores was the one. They've already completed his one. I think I'm leaning towards him because I want to see that story with the redemption getting fucked over by the Dolphins and him coming back to the Steelers. And like he was there already before. And look at his stats. He was a really good coordinator for the Vikings, and they're just a bad team. The Vikings like the Browns. You know, they win games and they can't do much. They're not around. But he had the good defense, 3rd overall, I think, defensive wise for the Vikings. So
I have on here my list here. I have Anthony Weaver.
Who?
From Miami.
Anthony Weaver.
Yeah, Chris Shula. I think that's what I've read reports that they're going to interview him. Jesse Mintner and Clay Kubiak.
Well, I did say the Kubiak boys, but we got to wait till whoever loses. I think Clint, doesn't he the offensive coordinator for the Seahawks?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's going to be a big game. Realistically, Seattle and the Rams. That's going to be a big game. I don't know about the Denver Broncos upsetting New England, though, without a quarterback.
Anthony Weaver just looks like a guy that would just be a Pittsburgh guy, just rips some ass.
He played for the Ravens, apparently, I think.
Well, maybe he'd go to Baltimore then.
He played for the Ravens back in 2002 for 4 years. 100 games or whatever for them. About 50 games. So, and he was a former Dolphins defensive coordinator, I think.
Yep.
So I think they're leaning towards DC, like that bloke Shula or Flores, right? They've always gone defense. That's where they always tend to go.
Yeah,
you know.
That's why I put Weaver on the list because he was mentioned and he fits that mold. He's under a certain age, you know.
How old is he, Shane?
He was born in 80, so he's like 45.
Yeah. When do you reckon they figure it out? Do you think it's after these playoff games, or do you think it's sooner than that?
I don't really think. You know, I think if they feel good about someone, I don't think that's going to hold them back. I think they'll do their due diligence and bring the other guys in. So it's going to definitely be. I would say a week before the Super Bowl, you'll probably find out.
Whoever loses is they'll interview whoever they wanted to, whoever lost. If the Rams lose, all those guys will get interviewed for Steelers, and maybe that's what they're waiting on. Maybe I don't know. I have no idea.
Here's a good connection. We got to look out for these connections too. Before Salah was Jets head coach, he was DC for the 49ers. McDaniel was 49ers OC. It makes sense. These are things I'm looking out for, is like the connections of like players or of what it may be, right? Players or different people who know each other in the business. It always happens. They bring in their quarterback, they bring in their guy. So that's why I think Flores to me sticks out. Like, and I said the other day, I was talking to DB, Arsenal DB about this. I don't want to get too connected because it feels like the draft when you love a player so much, and then Bubba, what happens?
They get picked before they get to be a Steeler. So
and they become a Raven or they become a Brown because you know.
And
but nobody wants the Browns head coaching job, do they?
No. And why would they? Because they're in disarray.
They get a new stadium soon.
That doesn't mean so does the Bills.
Hmm.
But also too, yeah, McDermott's going to be in running for something. We didn't even mention him for any other teams. I don't see him coming in as being a Steeler coach. I don't see that. I just don't.
You think first time up and coming head coach from like an OC or DC? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want someone who was already a head coach, because they already proven to me that they can't get. He can't. Like, I understand Saturday night in Denver, Josh Allen had a bad game and still kept him in the game, even he had 4 turnovers. But if they didn't have Josh Allen, they wouldn't be anywhere where they're at. Josh Allen is by far a Superman in a cape as a quarterback. And his career, if he doesn't get it, he's going to be the Dan Marino of the Buffalo Bills, So
here's another big storyline too, because I'm reading Twitter all day, every fucking day. They got Baker Mayfield putting some fucking heat out there, right? One of the reporters from the Falcons beat writer says Kevin Stefanski had a dumpster fire at quarterback in Cleveland. Baker Mayfield and Deshaun Watson failed. Started a chain reaction, which would end now Sanders being their guy. And Mayfield says, failed is quite the reach, pal. Still waiting on a text call from me after I got shipped over I got shipped off like a piece of garbage. Can't wait to see you twice a year. Now he's fired up too, right?
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah.
Players are getting more involved in this Twitter stuff, texting stuff more than ever.
And they see it and they actually comment on it, and it's not kind of nice.
It's interesting. What do you think, Shano? What do you think about the players? Because the players nowadays, we all have podcasts. Every man and your dog has one. What are your thoughts about players being so interactive in the social atmosphere?
They need to just play ball, keep their head where it needs to be. That's on football. I mean, especially if this was another sport that wasn't so violent. I mean, you got to have your mind right. I just don't think that these guys should be worrying about what Joe Shit the Ragman says behind a keyboard.
Oh, Shit the Ragman. Oh, my God. That just brought tears of my coldness.
Well, yeah, Baker Mayfield's now fired up. And his season didn't end too well.
Yeah, but who cares? These guys, like Shane said, and Shane's right. Who cares? Like, they're fucking Baker Mayfield's making quadrillions, worried about some fat guy in his mom's basement. I'm not saying me.
Is that just the world we're in now? Because you'll see Joey Burrow do tweets about this. The coaching doesn't make, he'll call out and say people don't understand football because of the rules. But do players feel like they have to go on social media to represent their brand, or they should do it on the field? 10 years ago or 20 years ago, it was all field. You caught the ball, you ran the touchdown, you got points, and that was how you showed who you were. Now it seems like they have to go on to social media.
Well, I watched a video of Lawrence Taylor saying that, and you guys might have seen that same video where he said that Joe Montana was a better quarterback than Tom Brady because of the way the 70s and 80s, because he got hit all the time. Like, they didn't, there wasn't roughing a passer like there is now. They got fucking brutally hit, and Joe Montana, never lost a Super Bowl, and, stood in the pocket and took the hit like a champ, where these quarterbacks nowadays, you don't know what's what.
Are you disagreeing with that? Like literally, look at Dan Marino. If you just go pure passing, I mean, he had 6,000 yards in a time when people just didn't pass. I mean, it wasn't pass heavy, and it wasn't crafted to, like right now, the NFL set up for them. They want you to pass. There's lots of pass interference. I mean, you could club the shit out of the receiver. And the fact that he had 6,000 yards is just crazy. He would have 8,000 yards nowadays if he was a quarterback in today's day and age.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, it's apples and oranges, but we're old heads. We're always going to say Joe Montana, Dan Marino, Brady. But, I mean, you guys can – I mean, I don't see that.
Even Bradshaw towards the end of his Super Bowl career, Bradshaw was more offensive minded because the Steelers were passing the ball back then because – today was the anniversary, I believe, of the Rams victory, and he fucking threw a fucking pass to John Stallworth, that was just, out of control, so it's a different it's a different period of time. And nowadays the quarterbacks now are like the quarterbacks of old,
Got a comment here. from Corey from Melbourne. I'm pretty sure it's Corey from Melbourne. No, which one was it? This one? No, sorry, my bad. This is my first. So Brian Flores, Minter, Steelhouse. Those are his 3 ideal candidates. You guys kind of the same on that? But I thought
I'm okay. I would take the OC from Seattle and add them in there, him in there too.
Kubiak.
Yeah, Kubiak. With that, because he did it with a quarterback, Sam Darnold caliber,
Right.
I have no say, so I don't give 2 shits. I just want to report on who does and make fun of them, or maybe.
That's what I'm the same. I don't have any say in the fight. I can't compare Schuler against Steelhouse, or I don't have any coaching.
It's like
record winning.
Now I don't know in Australia. Do you have scratch offs? Do you have like lottery tickets you can scratch off and win $5 or $10?
We love gambling. Yeah,
these guys are fucking scratchers. They're instead of $30 scratchers, they're like $2 million scratchers. They might pay off. They might not.
I can't say one's better than the other. All I can really go off is maybe the stats for their team this year or last year. But in terms of coaching and what they can do for the Steelers, we don't know what culture they're going to bring or who they're going to bring into the organization. But when it does happen, I just want the Yinzers to give them a chance, whoever it is. Now, if it's McCarthy, the Steelers fans are going to blow up.
Well, if it's McCarthy, Aaron Rodgers is staying, and then everything is all fucking the same as it once was.
Then it won't feel like, if it's like that, then it will feel like we're doing the same thing over and over and over. It's a brand new coach, and we're like, holy shit, Steelers have a brand new coach.
I just want a coach. I just want a coach that lets his coordinators coach. I don't want. Oh shit! Jesus Christ!
So Corey says here, I feel like coaches will bring stability and a fresh perspective to the modern day NFL. Just need to get around Will Howard. I'm not too sure what his position is too as a quarterback land, because he's third on the depth chart. But right now, Shano, the Steelers don't have a quarterback. So do you think whoever comes in, they're going to try and go high in the draft to get a quarterback, or is it more of a free agency spendathon?
There's no one in the draft. And, I was saying Mendoza's not going to be that high. And then last night, he freaking had this wonderful quarterback keeper run to win the game.
Yeah, but he didn't throw a pass. He didn't throw a touchdown pass.
He's not, I don't think he's an NFL caliber quarterback. I'm saying that, and he'll be fantastic. But he just manages the game. His stats show that he's not like a Josh Allen. Okay. He's not a Burrows. He's not that kind of quarterback. But I love watching the kid because he's like giving a case of Red Bull to a kid with ADHD and then watching him get interviewed. He's like, yeah. I saw a bird and a squirrel. Yeah. And then I got a football and I ran right there. And the guy almost kicked my ass. We just love God here. Amen. That's what the kid talks like. I mean, he's just like,
didn't he say like, there's a clip going viral now? I was like, I was taking shots in the front, taking shots in the back, taking shots everywhere.
I was all banged up. Yeah, but I love these guys, this team. We get after it. It's like coach speak. It's like the cheesiest shit.
Yeah, I don't know if the Steelers should trade up to get him or whatever it may be. I think they might go direction of free agent quarterback, whoever they are.
Yeah, they couldn't get him. They don't have a high enough pick. They're 21, right, guys? 21, 22, something like that.
Yeah, they have to trade the whole house to do it. They won't do that. Here's a good comment as well from Afton, which is talking about, someone said Flores could bring in Randall L. He's offensive coordinator.
That's a spicy meatball.
Yeah, I think he's for the Bears, right? The offensive coordinator for the Bears.
Right.
So could he come over to the Steelers?
But I think he's also assistant head coach under Ben Johnson.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's just so many different, they all know each other in this coaching world. Like, the fans could say this person's better than the other, but I don't think we really know.
Nobody knows until they get here.
No.
Oh, Ravens had interviews with Weaver and Minter and Tom Brady. Not Tom Brady. Brady who?
The OC from Buffalo.
Joe Brady.
Okay.
But also too, the OC of Buffalo Bills. You got to have, when Josh Allen makes any OC look good.
It's all up in the air, fellas. It's a weird time to be a Steelers fan. I don't know what direction to go. if it happens again and the Steelers get a head coach that wins the Super Bowl, that's now 4 in a row. That would be unbelievable to do.
Well,
If they
all
won
they
this
just need,
3
all
years.
they need is a head coach to win a playoff game right now. Then he'll be the second coming of Jesus.
Yeah, that's true too. And then of course you could think about, well, Tomlin should have left earlier, or they should have fired him earlier. Blah blah blah. But it is what it is right now. We'll probably start to end the show very shortly, as Shano comes in a little bit late. But anything else you want to add, Shano, to this discussion?
Better late than never, like a period.
Anything coaching wise or like football wise you want to add? Is he stuck? Am I stuck?
No, he's not
okay.
stuck. He might be
All right.
stuck now because his eyes are slanted. Hello, Shane.
Shane, are you there?
Shane.
All right, hang on a minute.
Oh,
Let's kick him out for a minute. Wait a minute. No. What about you, Bob? Anything you want to add to this? I'm just really waiting for it to
no,
happen.
it's just. I'm just waiting for it to happen, and then we can make our news when we see it. I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea. And the draft will be here before we know it. And we got to get that coach. Got to have a coach because the combines will be here before you know it too. So I think probably I'm going to say next week or something. I bet you they must be looking at the guys from the Rams. So whoever loses, if the Rams lose, they might look at that. I don't have any idea. And Flores, whatever. I'd be okay with Brian Flores.
I think you're right. I think they're waiting for the I got the countdown to 93 days. There you go. 93 days and 50 minutes for the draft.
Yeah, it'll be here before you know it.
I'm going to start to organize my whole trip.
Sick. I got to get stuff situated. Oh.
Yeah, I got to organize my trip with you guys, and we're going to be at the Ben Franklin's Tap House from next week. Next week, I'll make a photo. I'll make a little.
Okay.
I'll make a thing up with our names on it and what we're doing over the 3 days.
Gotcha.
We booked for 3 days from Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Saturday's all day. All day.
Yeah, Bubba's going to hold the ship there at the place. I'm hoping to go down to downtown at least once.
Yeah, that's all you.
I might go the Friday.
That's all.
Thursday night, I want to.
I have no desire. They have a big thing this weekend, this Saturday, I think the 24th, on the anniversary of the Steelers Cowboys Super Bowl, I believe. It's a big giant charity thing. I can't go. I would love to go, but I just can't.
Yeah, so draft countdown. It's what county is it in as well? Before I
think it's in I think it's in Butler County. I think.
Okay.
No, Butler. Well, Shane.
Hey,
Shane, what county is that? What county is that bar in?
It's right on the line between Butler and I think the county beside it. I think it's Butler. It's the edge of Butler County.
And are we doing it free for everyone?
It's free. It's free to get in. To get in. Yeah, we're taking care of that. So.
And for 3 days from Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll make a poster by next week, and we can put a poster up and start to have details coming out, and maybe with the address and whatnot. But I do want to go downtown at least one of the days. I'm thinking the Friday.
Yeah,
I arrived the Monday. And then I think I'm staying on Shane's couch and I'm cleaning windows and gutters and mowing the lawn to have my stay there. Maybe Shane, I cook a good breakfast, by the way.
There you go.
Yeah,
have that.
Nothing American, no bacon.
No, I'm just asking Afton, how far did she find from Ben Franklin's tap room? Because maybe she can share like the couple miles east. There, yeah, that would be Butler.
There you go.
She found a spot in Butler. Good. That's
Sam, you don't want me as a coach.
Bubba is, and maybe too, like, I just kind of want to, like, if we don't find it at the news, maybe we'll do some fun things of like looking back at Steelers past, because I really enjoyed that segment we did with the Steelers wrestling. Who was going to be Steelers versus Ravens? Who was going to be?
Yeah,
I thought that was fun. I thought that was really,
next week I sound better.
Yeah, that was interesting. Let's end there with one. I want to ask you guys one question. Then I'll ask you one question. Who would be? Say you're like I don't know. You're going into, let's say, a street fight. you know, like those old 80s movie street fights where it's like you and three blokes with three blokes or whatever. Who are two players, former players, any players you want by your side in the street fight that you're versing the other guys have, like, you know, they've kidnapped your daughter or something like that, or your son or whatever. So they're holding someone hostage, and you're like, okay, I'm ready for this.
3 guys?
Let's do 3 because then it's like
Okay.
squad.
I'll go first. Levon Kirkland, Lloyd, and Debo.
Okay. Yeah, Debo's one of my answers too. Yeah, it's like our squad against their squad. They fucking, you know, you're like, okay, what's that movie, The Expendables, like that.
Yeah.
You know.
There you go.
Okay, what about yours, Bubba? Who would you?
I'm definitely Debo's going to be on my squad too. I'm going to take the late great, because I thought he was a badass dude, Justin Strelzik. Big fucking dude. So I need some kind of somebody fast and quick. I'm going to go with AB fucking with the kicks. Like, that's my team.
Hey, that's a good point. I'm gonna go. I think Debo's in there for me. Debo, and this one might surprise you, but I don't think too many people have fucked with Big Snack, Casey Hampton. I think he's one of the biggest. Like, he's just a big guy. Like, he's just fucking massive.
That's a good one.
And maybe I might go that route as well. Maybe do I need a fast guy on my team? Or got too big.
Hines Ward's mean. I see him in the chat. Hines Ward's mean.
Yeah, he's pretty mean. But in my crew, I got Debo, Casey Hampton, and who else would I go?
Wait, who was the guy? Who was the running back who got busted for drugs?
Blunt?
Afton says Lambert.
You mean Blunt?
No. He was with the Steelers in the Super Bowl against the Cowboys, and he got in trouble.
Oh, that far back. I don't know.
That's a long time ago. Can't remember his name.
I don't know who else I would go on my team. I always think back to my era too in 2008.
I should have got a Samoan, because you can't go wrong with a Samoan.
Yeah, there's some big dudes. Oh, okay. I'll go. Fui. What's his name?
Well, I'll talk to.
Yeah, is that the fullback, right? Chris. Well, I can't pronounce his name. That bloke. I'll go him. Actually, no, I changed my idea. Tyler Matakevich, something like that. Big Red, Dirty Red, because they want to scrap. Those kind of guys want to scrap.
Yeah,
you know. All right, fellas, let's get out of here. But next week I'll have the promo, the poster. So if you are coming near Pittsburgh, Benjamin Franklin's Tap House, I'm pretty sure in Butler County, and I'll have a poster.
Yeah, I'll have the address for you there, Mark. Before you do it, I'll send you the address in your email. Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
I'll sound better next week. I promise.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Wait, is that the draft? Yeah, it's crazy. It's coming so soon.
Yep.
Holy shit! A whole new team. Still as the host, the very first draft ever. We're doing like content and beers and having fun and probably giveaways and stuff like that. But we are very keen to meet everyone. I'll meet these two guys for the second time in my life, which would be crazy. The first time,
because it was crazy the first time.
But Bubba was like, "Is that you?" I'm like, "You're a tall guy, Mike." I was like, "Bubba, you're a big guy too as well." I was like, "What the fuck?" And then we lost. That's it. Yeah, Chris for Matu, motherfucker. That's the guy. All righty, you guys doing a show tomorrow?
Yes, I'll be a little better if I could handle this. I called off work today. I just was narcotic up, so I'm going to take some more pills.
Keezer won't take shit too. He'd be one Avenue team as well.
Yeah, we'll do something tomorrow. I already have
Bubba's back. Shane's back. Thanks, guys, for coming on the show and hosting your show too. Next week, we'll know more details about the draft, but we just got to wait to find out who's the head coach. We don't know. We have no idea. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow on your show on Steelers Dynasty Podcast. See you guys.
See you, everybody.
I'll see you guys later.
Hey, Rooney.
Left the light on. See you later. Bye.